But let's start this one off with Mr. Musk, man. Mr. Musk said, y'all better get y'all butts to the office. Y'all better get y'all butts to the office, man. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. He gave y'all an ultimatum, too. He gave y'all an ultimatum saying, if you don't get to the office, you might as well quit. You might as well quit. And we're going to talk about the reasons why he's doing this. So Elon Musk told Tesla executive staff to return to the office or they must resign. And Musk tweeted that those who consider office antiquated should pretend to work somewhere else. They should pretend to work somewhere else. The billionaire has been critical of remote work and the American work ethic in the past. He says this, and you got to think about this, guys. He says Americans are lazy. He says Americans are lazy, and countries like China have a better work ethic because he's been able to see it. He's manufacturing cars over there and selling them and so forth, and he can see it himself. So Elon Musk issued an ultimatum to Tesla's executive staff on Tuesday, calling for workers to come into the office and stop phoning it in or quit, according to reports. The Tesla CEO told the electric car makers executives that they would be required to come into the office for a minimum of 40 hours a week, according to 2 emails that were shared on Twitter by Samuel Nissan, who claims to be a Tesla shareholder and obtained by Electrek. Musk reportedly said in one of the emails that if the staff continue to work remotely, he will assume they have resigned. Damn! Hey, man, if Elon Musk is saying it, don't think other CEOs and so forth are not going to be demanding that you guys return back to the office. And if especially if he sticks to this and make this roots and make this sound, believe me, many people are going back to the office. Many people are going back to the office. So Nissan and Musk did not respond to requests for comment, but Insider was available to independently confirm the authenticity of the emails that were posted on Twitter. The Washington Post said it was able to confirm the email that Tesla, with the Tesla worker. And the publication says SpaceX employees were also sent an email with a similar message. So obviously, you know that Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He's the richest man in the world. And he is saying that people who consider working in person to be antiquated is or are pretending that they are doing a lot of work, but they actually are not. And it's not antiquated, right? And they should pretend to work somewhere else. So Musk titled his first email, "Remote work is no longer acceptable," and appeared to address it only to a listserv for executive staff. And the billionaire said exceptions to the new policy could be made in the case of particular exceptional contributors, but particular exceptional contributors. So think about that, guys. Think about what he's saying here. If you are an exceptional contributor, if you are Rich Turner, if you are Carlos Mons, if you are Damien, if you are Miss Teresa Wade, you guys can work remotely. But if you are just average and you're not ladder climbing, if you're not a Simon, right? And you are just average and ladder climbing or not ladder climbing, you got to get your butts to the office because we don't know what you're doing. You could be at home playing PS3 or PS4 or PS5 instead of you doing your work. And many people are taking advantage of that. Many people are taking advantage of that. And basically what he's saying right now is this, we are facing some turbulent times in the economy. He's already talking about cutting 10% of the staff for Tesla. Well, he's basically cutting 10% of the staff without saying it by telling people that they must return to the office. Believe me, that's going to cause a lot of people to resign these days. But Musk sent a company-wide follow-up email later the same day. According to Electric, the CEO emphasized the importance of factory workers who have been required to come into work throughout the pandemic, being able to see senior staff working alongside them, according to email. So he's basically saying this, guys. You know what? If the factory workers can come in every single day, even amongst the C-19, what makes you white-collar folks think that you can just work from home in the comforts of your own living room, kitchen, office, in your drawers, right? What makes you think you can do that when all the factory workers who are building these cars have to come in every single day and seeing their senior leaders having to work next to them and so forth, right? He's saying that. He's saying you guys aren't any different than the folks working in the factory. And I believe that. I believe that. The more senior you are, the more visible you must be in the presence. Musk wrote, according to Electric. This is why I lived in the factory so much, so that those on the line could see me working alongside them. If I had not done that, Tesla would long ago have gone bankrupt. So at one point in time, guys, you remember Tesla was facing a lot of supply chain issues, maybe a couple years ago. I think it was like 2018. And they were trying to get funding and so forth, determining if they were going to go public or go private or not, be bought out and so forth. And they had to make a whole bunch of deliveries of their vehicles in order for them to hit certain KPIs for the company. And knowing that they had the supply chain issues, Musk decided that he was going to work alongside the factory workers to try to create some efficiencies, learn what's going on, try to resolve some of the problems so that they can make sure that they're delivering a certain amount of vehicles. That really helped them to meet their KPIs and their goals and so forth. So he's saying that he's seen this in other countries as well, where leaders are wrapped next to their employees and the work ethic just a little bit different. So he's trying to bring that back. And I'm going to tell you like this. In 2018, Musk said on the podcast, Decode, that his work at Tesla and SpaceX sometimes drove him to sleep on the Tesla factory floors and work over 120 hours a week. Though the CEO said later that year, he scaled back to 80 to 90 hours work weeks. The billionaire has criticized most work and American work ethic in the past. In May, Musk told the Financial Times that Americans are trying to avoid going to work at all, whereas Chinese workers won't even leave the factory. You're saying, guys, you're lazy.
Damn!
Saying, guys, you're lazy. You're lazy. And the people working at Tesla, Americans, you're getting beat out. You're getting outworked. And the comments came after it was revealed that Tesla workers in Shanghai have begun working 12-hour shifts 6 days a week and sleeping on the factory floor due to the company's efforts to restart production amid COVID-19 shutdown in province. On a Tuesday, the Bloomberg reported that the workers would continue to work in the closed-loop system until June 19th. So, guys, if he gets away with this, if there's not a lot of brain drain, knowing that where the economy is going, right? You're seeing a lot of tech companies start to talk about massive layoffs. They're starting to talk about layoffs and so forth. We're seeing increased interest rates. We're seeing inflation go through the roof. And if you quit a job like Tesla, you may not be able to find another job somewhere else. So is it the perfect time for him to be putting this message out there? Because we are in some turbulent times for certain companies that aren't profitable, some of these unicorns who are spending more money than they're actually making. It's going to be pretty bad for these guys. It's going to be a reset. And if you're one of those people who, you aren't going to go back to the office, are you saying that you're not going to go back to the office just because you're going to find another job? Good. Let's see how that works out for you. I hope it does. But if it was me and I was working at Tesla and I had to be in the office, man, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to go back to the office. Did it before and so forth. So guys, let me know what you think about that. Are you going to return to the office or you were told to get to the office? I bet Brother Rich is in the office every single day. Brother Rich is in the office every single day. Myself, I'm in sales, so I don't have to be in the office every single day. But if I was told that I needed to be in the office, I would be in the office. Guys. So let me know what you think about that. I want to hear from you guys on what you guys thinking about going back to the office, and if it's something that you will do or something that you say you won't do. Let me know.